All right, today we are going to do a battery change on a Brozz 2020. However, this should be the same from everything from 2014 to 2022. All right, so all the Brozz frames are the same, all the batteries have been the same, all the battery trays have been the same. So this one, really all you need is a battery that fits in the tray. Okay, so measure your old battery. I believe it's 2.3 inches or 2.4 inches width, and that's the key stat that a lot of people have it trouble finding a new battery for. But I think we found one here that we can make fit. It's actually 2.5 inches wide, but it is by Motobat in Jacksonville, Florida. The MB7U battery. It is 2.56 inches. And I think that means we can get a decent battery in there for not, I think it was like 70 bucks for the battery. So a decent price and a little bit better of a quality of battery. Now be careful taking this out. Right, there's a tab up here, the rubber grommet, but see how there's a thing that goes underneath your seat? So it's kind of a pull up, out, and down. The back one's a little bit trickier. There's a tab here, and there's another big tab, kind of like that one, that goes into a rubber grommet right back here. That's why I'm saying if this is your first time doing one of these and you've never seen how those look, I would highly recommend dropping your rear fender right here the first time you do this, just so you can see where the tabs are and you don't break it on your first go round. But sometimes I'd take my other hand and kind of lift up the seat just to give me an extra, third of an inch or whatever. Every little bit could be a little bit from not breaking it. So I'm gonna use two hands, one lifting up the seat and one pulling this out. And there it is. Came off with nothing broken relatively quickly. Here's what those two look like. Got that whole rubber grommet on the tank. So right here, you're gonna need two 8 millimeters, 1 and 2, and then this tray will come out. Isn't quite as long. See, this one. Pretty good length, This guy is going to be significantly shorter, as you can see. One is much shorter than the other one. Now, the only thing keeping this in is the two battery leads, and not to mention, this is a great time if you've got charging leads upon reinstall. This is definitely the time to put them in when this panel's off. All right, so just move these wires out the way. You have to wiggle this up a little bit just to clear this right here. All right, and if you've got your battery drain tube, careful for that. And then it comes up and you lean it forward. Oh, I got caught up here again. Bring it back down, clear those. There we go. All right, so this is the original battery that comes with it. That is like for safety precautions, but this thing is so tight in there, you probably don't need that. Right, so this battery right here is just a hair wider, but let's see. It's a hair wider. It's much shorter. It flips the positive and negative. So positive's over here. Now it's over here. Aware of that. But does it fit is the question. The answer is kinda. So that's kind of the difference. All right. So it's just a little wider, and that's a whole lot. You might have to bend this a little bit. Let's see what we can do. she does fit. All right, so it's going to sit in there. I'll straighten it out, but it's going to sit in there and fit back in the slot. Now these are a little bit bendy. These tabs, you can kind of bend them. So not too far, you don't want it to break, but you can, if need be, bend those a hair once they get back in there. So let's see if we can't, all right, I got it to where I think this should sit pretty nice. I got it just behind that groove, and it's still pushing it out just a little bit, but I think that, as you can see here, there's enough space between the frame and the shock for it to expand a little bit, so I think we can get it in. Now, what I had to do to get this in, since it is wider and I didn't modify the tray whatsoever, I basically took a screwdriver here and used some leverage against this black thing, and basically just pushed it over with the screwdriver until the bolt was in line. As you see it moving now. Yeah, I just held it right in front, able to get it in. And then this one, I had to do the same thing. I used a screwdriver from the frame to the airbox and pushed up until it was aligned, and I got it in. So now I have an aftermarket battery. It is 100% a tighter fit, no doubt. If the airbox was not there, honestly, it wouldn't make a difference. I mean, it'd fit easily if there's no airbox. So if you have an aftermarket airbox, like one of those cone filters or something, this battery would be perfect. A little bit tight with the stock one, like I'm trying right here, but I did get it to fit. So let's see if we can get everything back together. And then I gotta remember, battery positives now on this side. Okay, so let me put these terminals back on, and then we'll see if it fires up. One perk about this one over the original one is that it is a sealed unit, so I don't have to worry about the tray or the drain hose like that potentially leaking acid down on my steel. Obviously, if that happens, this will start to rust, and you can still drive it for a long time like that, but just won't look quite as pretty, you know. So now this is a bright yellow battery. I got it all tight, and now, oh, this fell off. This is your starter relay. For those who don't know, it goes right here, just like this. It has a pretty long cord from that same harness that we were just talking about, so definitely a possibility that you knock that and all these two out the way once you're getting this off. But all right, so we now got it. I can put my plastic back in. I do the rear first and then the front, and then last but not least, the little screw right there. All right, the Motobat MB7U. It is slightly oversized, but it does fit, and I got it set up. Look at that, you see a tad bit of the yellow from the front. Good news is that's gonna be mostly covered by your leg if you rain or if you're going through anything that could get water right there on the positive. So make sure that's covered. But I'm not gonna start it because I think this bike's been sitting for at least 6 months, but we're gonna get her going here soon, but I think it's gonna need a carburetor. So I'm just checking to make sure it has power. Bam, I rode it 1 mile, a little over a year ago, and now she's gonna get some action. And now it's gonna get some time on the road. So we're gonna stay tuned for some more videos. I'm gonna start daily driving this bike, and we are going to see how it does when being used as a more than 50 miles a day. So stay tuned.